All right, we're ready to go. State of Origin football arrives back on the stage.
State of Origin is back. This week, Caleb Serong takes us along for the ride inside Origin camp. Caleb goes into detail about what it was like to play what he says was one of the most enjoyable games he's ever been a part of. He tells us how special it felt to pull on the Big V once again for the first time since he was 12 years old and represent Victoria. From the moment he kicked a goal in front of a quiet Optus Stadium who were all cheering against him to the moment he was booted out of the starting midfield by Patrick Dangerfield, Caleb takes us through what it was really like to play State of Origin football just a couple of weeks ago. This is episode 5 of The Build, presented by Bank West, and we join Caleb at the end of night 1 of Origin camp.
Evening, mate. It's currently 20 to 9, and so the end of the night, first night of Origin camp. Everyone got in today. A few delays on the flights for the boys coming from over east, so been a few complaints this afternoon. It's about how tough the flight is, so just had to let them know that we do it every second week. But no, it's been a great afternoon and night, kind of having everyone come in and having dinner together and just kind of hanging out at the Salvo, which has been great. Finally, I kind of all here, which is, pretty surreal, but it was easy for us. Chloe and I just kind of got in the car at about 3 o'clock and drove in, checked in and got all our stuff sorted. So it was nice and easy for us. Travel was actually a win for us for once, which was good. But yeah, not too much happened today. We got all of our kit, which was cool. We tried on our jumpers, our playing jumpers, which was actually a really cool moment just to see the big V on again. Haven't worn it since I was 15. I've worn it twice when I was under 12s and under 15s, and then obviously transitioned into the Vic Country jumper for under 18. So having the navy blue with the big white V on it was pretty cool. That was great. And then, got all the rest of our kit, and they've looked after us, the AFL, which is great. And then even the girls are getting a little gift. Got a nice Mecca bundle.
Crazy Mecca bundle. Like a mega Mecca bundle.
Yeah, well, Chloe's stoked about it. She's, as you can hear, she's very, very excited. So that was kind of cool. Cool little thing, but yeah, it was pretty quiet. Not too much on tonight except for a few physio appointments, get a massage and just chill out and hang out. And it was nice. I was having a good chat with Noah Anderson and Matt Rao from Gold Coast. We actually put on the Big V together for the first time when we were 12 years old, played an under 12 state team together. So it was pretty crazy that we're doing it again 13 years later. But it was great. It was a great night, and tomorrow we've got main training, so I'll check back in tomorrow, probably after training, and let you know how it went. But it's probably something I'm, as much as the game, really looking forward to training and training with all these kind of elite players, so looking forward to it. Evening, mate. It's currently night 2 of Origin camp, end of a massive day today. We had somewhat of a quiet morning, not a heap on, and then we had main training today, so we left, I think the bus left about 9:30, and then we're training at West Coast facilities today, and we were on after Western Australia, so we kind of rocked up and saw the WA lads training. A few of our lads looked good, which was good. So a few little side eyes from Luke Jackson, from Dogger. A little bit of banter back and forth, which is good fun. But that whole experience of kind of training and having our first team meeting, like proper team meeting and stuff was pretty special. That training session was crazy. Like, it was kind of no contact really, so it was pretty low level contact, but the speed at which the ball moved and the skill in which the lads showed was just the most pure football I've kind of seen and been a part of. It's just amazing how quickly it happens. Like, you're a little bit slow to make a decision or something and the ball's past you. So it just has to speed up your decision making, and if you're not there, then the ball's gone. So pretty exciting to be a part of, knowing that could kind of be what Sunday looks like. But it was crazy. I had so much fun. I think seeing some of the skills of Nick Dacos and Zach Butters and Mark Spontipelli, some of their kicking was just outrageous. And at training, you're going for it a little bit more as well. So that was pretty cool. I was sitting there blown away and kind of mesmerised half the time. which was a weird experience, but it was very cool. But yeah, I was pretty nervous as well. I was pretty nervous pre-training, just going out there, and I don't know, just you don't really want to miss a kick when you got guys like that just peeling off ridiculous kicks, and you just want to make the most of that opportunity and kind of, I don't know, not look like a imposter or an idiot. So, but yeah, it was a great experience. And then after that, we had an opportunity to do our lift, so that was also strange because everyone's just in the gym doing their own thing, and it's just amazing how so many different programs are across the league. Like everyone was doing different exercises, different variations, different exercises. It was pretty cool. But that was after training. Then we had a feed, and then we had some school visits this afternoon. So I was lucky enough to go to an all-ability school in Cloverdale. So we're able to speak to those kids about the importance of inclusion and footy in general, and a few of our experiences. So I was with Toby Green and Ben King there, so that was a good hour. And then we got home and had a massage for a little bit, relaxed, and then we had our jumper presentation. It's pretty late, kind of 9:30 I think. But jumper presentation was cool. Being able to be up there with everyone and have your jumper for the first time, with your team was pretty cool. And to kind of have Gary Lyon present it, I've already been able to be exposed to and see and experience his passion that he has for the big V jumper. And he's kind of making the environment what it is at the moment. He's an incredible speaker and just speaks so much emotion and passion about the jumper. So it's great to be able to receive a jumper from him. But now we're pretty knackered, to be honest. Everyone's pretty cooked, and have a bloody good sleep tonight. And then tomorrow we've got some activities in the morning, and then captain's run in the afternoon. So I'll check back in tomorrow night.
Bankwest is about making the big moments happen. For kids, nothing beats that heart-pounding run onto the field, and we're right there with them. From running out as a Bankwest buddy to living the dream as a docker for a day, our partnership has helped thousands of young fans and their families turn game day into an experience they'll never forget.
Hey mate, night 3 of Origin camp. Day before the game, we had our captain's run today. Got a quick hit of golf in it this morning, just at Carrying Up golf course. Incredible golf course. I'd been told it was top notch and the best in WA, but it was unbelievable. So very, very lucky to be able to play there, especially being someone that doesn't play a heap of golf and is not very good. Probably would have disrespected the course with my playing ability, but it was a lot of fun and they really looked after us. So that was great. I played with Zach Butters, Matt Rowell and Ben King. Kingy and Rowley were similar to me abilities, but Zach was quite good, so we're leaning on him a little bit with our ability. But it was a lot of fun, plenty of laughs. And then after that we finished a bit earlier than the other groups, so we were able to get back and chill out at the hotel, had a nap. As I was saying last night, I was pretty cooked this morning, so kind of got back, had a couple of hours to chill out. And then this arvo we headed to Optus for our captain's run, so we knocked that over. Had plenty of fans out and about. We were able to get around the fans, kind of sign plenty of autographs, have some great interactions with some young fans. They did it after school, so a lot of kids were able to come. And you just saw the excitement and the vibe building for the game tomorrow. I think everyone's pretty excited about what the game is going to be and the spectacle. So even though we're enemies tomorrow, like the WA crowd was really getting around us and seemed really excited. So fair to say, Nick Dacos and Bailey Smith were the favourite to the crowd. Every now and then I'd be on the other side of the stadium and I'd just hear a big scream, and it'd be a bunch of young girls screaming because Bailey Smith was walking over to them. So it was it's definitely a different experience having some rock stars like that in your team. Pretty cool to see kind of what they have to deal with on a daily basis. So that was great. And even little things like before the captain's run, we had about half an hour to kill. We were it was about 4 or 5 of us. Zach Butters, Nick Dacos, Hugh McCluggage. We were a little bit bored, and we just ended up going back to our childlike selves and just started playing games. So we'd pick a goalpost and you had to snap it, you had to kick it around the corner, you had to try and our competitive childlike people inside of us just came out, and it was just like we were back before training and we were in under 14s, but I was kicking the footy with some of the best kicks going around. So it was very, really, really cool experience. Just little moments like that. I'm trying to soak it up and make the most of it and just kind of be really in the moment and enjoy it. So, and then after that we kind of got back and it was pretty quiet. We had our final team meeting, and then we kind of know where we're starting and everything. So I'm starting on the ground, which is exciting, but being booted out of the first centre bounce by the veteran, by Danger, which I know my place. He's champion of the game, so he'll take the first one or two centre bounces, but then drift forward and I'll come in and kind of take his spot in the midfield. Yeah, that was great to kind of hear that I'll be starting on, take away the nerves early and just get out there and get stuck into it. So really looking forward to it. Get a good sleep tonight, and I'll check in tomorrow after the game.
Goes to the pocket instead. Archie couldn't handle it. Bolton kicks a goal. Coming at the kicker was Aaron Norton. Gives it off to Jackson. WA are rolling. Dangerous ball here. Through comes Merritt off the ground. And he has kicked a goal.
Gave it off to the Bont. Beautifully placed kick. Gunston's got space and time. Over the top to King. King will run in and kick the goal, and he does. The Vic steal one.
Dacos. Forward is Green. If it sits, he's away. Dangerfield just goes long. And it's going to bounce through.
Victorious. The Vics win by 24 points. They're able to quell the WA challenge. And AFL Origin returns in the heat of Perth. The Vics show their dominance when it matters and get home by 4 goals.
Hey mate, just checking in from the winning rooms. No, not quite, but we've just got back to the hotel after getting the win. Yeah, what an incredible game in so many different respects. Like that was as fun as I've had on a footy field, as much fun as I've had. So I felt like it was just pure football. It was not much structure, just play fast, high skill, take the game on, and not think too much from both teams. And I just think to watch that as a spectacle would have been a lot of fun, and I hope everyone really enjoyed it, because we really enjoyed playing in it. And yeah, it was just incredible to be a part of. So great to get the win in the end. WA were coming late, but felt like we were able to really steady on multiple occasions and just wrestle that momentum back and kind of get the game in our favour by the end, which was pleasing. It was kind of that period halfway through the last quarter where you're looking at each other like, oh, we know there's not 4 points on the line, but we really, really don't want to lose this. Like, just the competitive streak in all of us just came out, and yeah, it was enough in the end to get the win. But the WA boys really brought it. We knew they were going to be up and about and kind of playing for their jumper, and yeah, we wanted to play for ours, and in the end it was two teams really wanted to win, and yeah, we were able to get on top late. But yeah, I think even just the experience of playing in that midfield with all those guys, like there wasn't one bloke that was selfish or brought an ego. Everyone was willing to play high forward, play wing, go in the midfield when it was their time. But we had heavy rotations. We had a lot of guys spinning through that midfield, and it was pretty much left to us in the end. And if you wanted to be selfish, you probably could have been, but everyone would have known, and no one was. Everyone was extremely selfless, which made the whole experience a lot more enjoyable. Everyone kind of did what they needed to do, played their role, contributed what they needed to, but also allowed others to contribute their best as well. So that was what was one of my most enjoyable parts of the whole experience, was the people involved and the environment that was created from Scotty and Gaz. So yeah, and I think the other part was after the game, like being able to enjoy it with Chloe and her family, and obviously my family unfortunately couldn't come over, but they would have absolutely loved to be there. But kind of sharing that moment in the rooms, and then kind of going to the rooms and having a couple of beers with that calibre of people and player is an experience I'll never forget. I don't think there's many opportunities that I'm going to have like that again, but they're some of my favourite times, the moments after games, whether that's a round one victory or a finals victory or a State of Origin victory. Like those kind of moments where you get to sit in the rooms, have a beer and just reminisce on what's kind of happened in the last 2 hours and all the hard work you put in to work towards a common goal and get a win is really special. And to kind of have those conversations with superstars of the game and guys that I now call my mates was really cool. We're heading off to a function now, and we'll kind of make the most of those social connections. Really enjoy talking about what the last few days has been like and really soaking it up for the last time. And a massive thank you to the AFL, to be honest, as well. It was an incredible few days, not just for us, but the partners, the girls and families just had an incredible time. They did so much to make them feel a part of it and welcome, and for them to enjoy the experience, and they did. They went over to Roto, they had different activities they could do, they had kids' rooms set up at the hotel, families everywhere, kids everywhere, and it was just an environment you really wanted to be part of and included in, whether you're a player or a partner or a kid of one of the boys. So it was just an amazing experience, mate. Had the best time, and when it happens again, I'll be putting my hand up, ready to go, first in line. I can't wait to get back. So that's the State of Origin camp, mate. It was a great time.
Hey, mate, awesome stuff. I've got a few questions off the back of those. I was thinking about that goal that you kicked in the game and how quiet it was around Optus Stadium.
Comes charging out. It's Serong, who they would normally cheer here at Optus Stadium, but it's met with deathly silence as he snaps a goal that might just make them hard to catch.
Felt so weird watching, and I bet it felt weird for you out there too. Talk us through that moment and if it was a bit rattling. The other thing was it weird playing against your Freo teammates versus Clarkey, Jacko, Bolts and John? Was that a strange thing, having to almost cheer against them when they were performing quite well? And the last one I had for you was, in your Victorian squad, is there a surprise packet or a funniest teammate that popped up over the course of the week that stood out to you and you really connected with? What insights can you give us from the Victorian camp?
Hey mate, couple of great questions there. First of all, that goal, that was it was rattling. I was super rattled. As I kicked it off the boot, I was like, yep, sweet, that's a goal. Let's start celebrating. It was obviously a pretty important part of the game, so I was pretty stoked. I was up and about, gave the celebration a bit, and then I heard nothing. And I was kind of like, just subconsciously, I was like, that's really strange. Like, so used to this ground, like whenever you kick a goal, the crowd goes crazy. And there was absolutely nothing, and there was no one really right in front of me from Victoria either, so I wasn't really getting the feedback that it was a goal. So I had to do a double look, and just, if you see me, I kind of look back and just make sure it's gone through. And and it did, so then I gave the celebration a bit more. But yeah, I had to make sure it had actually gone through, because I thought I'd make an absolute fool of myself celebrating a point, but in the end it was great. Like I said, it was important part of the game, so it was nice to kind of be involved at that stage of the game and contribute to winning. So sorry to all the Freo fans that are WA fans, which would be the majority, but yeah, don't really care. Vic's won, so sorry about that. Second question, the boys it was great to play against the lads. Like, we've been doing it kind of all pre-season, to be honest, so it's not too strange, but in terms of like a real great game with the crowd, it was a bit different, but it was great. Like, it gave, even chatting to a few of the guys that didn't play, it gave everyone great confidence in where the group's at the moment, that we're able to have guys go into that game and everyone that played really contributed and looked really sharp, really strong, like they were at home in a really high level game. So I thought John started the game absolutely on fire. It's a tough role on the wing sometimes, but he looked great. Clarkey was one of their best players. It was a real tough matchup for us all night, off half-back. Dogger, a couple of those goals were crucial, and he looked like he was moving incredible, as good as I've ever seen him move. And then Bolts just turned it on, and if he brought his kicking boots, which I'm glad he didn't, I said to him after the game, the photo of me with my arm around him, I walked straight to him and I said, you better find those kicking boots by round one, because he was incredible. He looked amazing, very dynamic, dominant through the midfield and forward. So see all those guys do so well was great, but on the night it was kind of like, again, that was, it was a bit of a double-edged sword, but it was maintaining big picture. It was great to see those guys do really well. And then finally, from the Vic camp, funniest teammate and surprise packet are both the same person. Both Matt Rao. I knew a few of the guys, got along really well with a few of the guys around my age, in Nick Dacos, Noah Anderson, Ben King. I was kind of good mates with Zach Butters already, so it was great to kind of play with all those guys and kind of just hang out with them for a few days. Able to spend that time, get a bit closer. It was awesome. Got a lot of respect for those guys and being able to learn and ask a few questions and kind of watch and observe their process was great. I took a lot out of that. I think Matt Rao added a lot to our group. I had no idea how funny he was. Obviously, he's got this kind of quite serious, hardened, kind of perceived personality in the media and from the outside. I've met him before, but not at this level. That blew it out of the water. He is incredibly funny. I don't know, just bubbly and a great bloke to have around the group. So he was kind of great to know a bit more. He surprised me, but also world's funniest teammate at the same time. Yeah, it was a great weekend and great to get to know those guys a bit better.
Here's what's still to come on this series.
I've kind of gone through a few different phases throughout my career. I've tried fasting, I've tried limiting carbs, I've tried high protein, all this stuff. For me, it's been trying to make sure it's really balanced and take Chloe and those really important people in your life to have that balance. So it's tough sometimes, but yeah, that's something that I've tried to implement recently. We headed down there with Heath Chapman, Neil Erasmus, Matt Johnson and their girlfriends. So yeah, just had an incredible few days at the beach. I'm not usually a huge beach goer, Brett, as most people would know, but I absolutely loved it.
This podcast wouldn't be possible without the proud support of Bank West. Thanks for listening. See you next week.